The William Tyrrell case has attracted unprecedented public interest and intense media scrutiny.
We have no fixed conclusions. Every aspect of the investigation will be reviewed again and again until the case is solved.
Gerard Craddock is the senior counsel assisting Deputy State Coroner Harriet Graham.
Further evidence may be found shedding a whole new light on the position of a person or persons. All aspects of the investigation remain open. No fixed views have been formed.
During his opening, Mr Craddock went to great lengths to explain the term person of interest. While quoting a senior investigator on the Tyrrell case, Mr Craddock said that naming and shaming people can lead to unjustified conclusions.
The term person of interest is not an official police term. It does not have a settled definition in the New South Wales Police Force and is a term that is open to vast interpretation.
The 2014 disappearance of William Tyrrell uncovered something very sinister in the Port Macquarie area. Not only in the Port Macquarie area does this happen, it happens in communities all over Australia and all over the world. In lieu of the disappearance, quite a few remarkable things happened, like lifting up a rock and seeing a whole bunch of spiders scatter. Once the toddler vanished, we saw the town as it really is. There are child predators everywhere.
And where I was on the day he disappeared was with my next door neighbour getting a hot water system. You got your answers?
Well, Steve, Tony Jones said he was with his next-door neighbour on the day that William went missing. Now, that man has died, but you spoke to his widow today.
That's right, Tracy. The neighbour's widow said she did not want her late husband to be used as an alibi. She says Jones did replace a hot water system at her house, but that was at least 4 months before William's suspected abduction, and Jones wasn't at her place on the morning the little boy vanished.
Anthony Jones was a person of interest in the disappearance of William. He's aged in his early 60s and he has an extensive criminal past going back decades. In 2015, he was convicted and sentenced for the aggravated indecent assault of an 11-year-old girl. He was sentenced to a maximum 3 years in prison. He did not serve his 3 years. His criminal history includes assaulting children, women, escaping from police custody, theft and drug possession. He was under the microscope in 2014 by New South Wales Police Strike Force Rosen in relation to the disappearance of William. He was part of a group police looked at while investigating the pedophile ring operating in New South Wales, specifically in the Mid-North Coast area. He has previously denied any involvement in William's disappearance. He was a member of the group called Grandparents as Parents Again, which had members close to William. Police believe that Grandparents as Parents Again had links to a pedophile ring operating on the mid-north coast at the time William disappeared.
Hello, I'm Bill Spedding. My wife Margaret and I offer the Tyrrell family our sincere commiserations in the tragic event of William's disappearance. I wish to state that I have had no involvement whatsoever in the disappearance of William Tyrrell. I have noted in the media that some events have been reported inaccurately. I wish to clarify those details. I first attended the Tyrrell house on Tuesday the 9th September 2014 to repair a washing machine. I returned to complete the repair of the washing machine on Thursday the 18th September 2014. I have not been in the Tyrrell house or to the Tyrrell house or to the street before, between or after these dates.
Bill Spedding became a person of interest after he agreed to source parts to fix William's foster grandmother's washing machine just before he vanished. He has strenuously denied any involvement in the case. It was Bill Spedding's involvement in Grandparents as Parents Again that led police to probe the group. The group formed by the United Care Burnside and a branch of the Country Women's Association. However, Grandparents as Parents Again's chaplain, Alan Battershall, said William Spedding had nothing to do with them. Quote, "We didn't even know who he was until it all blew up." Mr. Battershall said police interviewed him, his wife, who is the president of the Grandparents as Parents Again group, and other members, and went through their group's record. Grandparents as Parents Again former president Paul Bickford has been charged with the indecent assault of a child.
Missouri.
Our town, Port Macquarie and the Hastings area, has had its fair share of pedophilic activity. Gregory John Minahan, former policeman, was arrested in his home at Southwest Rocks and was charged with 4 counts of disseminating child pornography, 6 counts of possessing child pornography, and 1 count each of using a carrier service to groom a child under 16 and to produce child pornography. He was a former policeman. This was 2007. It was an investigation into multiple people spanning our entire country. A swimming instructor, a student teacher, all alleged to be part of a pedophile ring. That was 2007. 2019, Operation Strike Force Trawler. Blake James Studders, 23 years old, was charged with using a carriage service to transmit indecent communication with a person under 16 years of age. The charge relates to an incident that occurred between March and April 2019. Police will allege detectives from the Child Abuse and Sex Crime Squad's Child Exploitation Unit began engaging online with Studders as a part of its Strike Force Trawler campaign. Police will also allege Studders believed he was speaking with a 14-year-old girl and engaged in conversations about sexually explicit acts he wished to perform on the child. Not only was the Port Macquarie man charged, but there's also a 31-year-old man from south of Taree. A warrant was executed at his home and a number of electronic devices was seized for further forensic examination. The man was charged with using a carriage service to transmit indecent communications to a person under 16 years of age. Another incident, police will allege that a man uploaded child abuse material to a social media site and believed he was speaking with a 51-year-old man in order to participate in sexually explicit acts with a 9-year-old boy. Without these tactical strike forces that the police are regularly convening, we would not know who our neighbour is. Without the disappearance of William Tyrrell, a lot of these child predators would be unknown. Anyone with information about internet predators should call Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. I'll also link the online reporting page below. Information you provide will be treated in the strictest of confidence. It is also reminded that people should not report crime information via Facebook. And it is also important for justice to be carried out via the police. Any information from this video is all public information compiled as a warning to people, parents, family members. Always keep an eye on what your children are doing. My name is Sean, and this is Gone.